Hello guys, Boswell from Moss here, and this is my top 8 Ycs Niagara deck profile, and I got first after Swiss, and I played Cyber Dragon Orcust because I felt like it had a really good matchup against anything with Orcust in it, and I felt like everyone was going to be playing Orcust in their deck since it's a really good engine, and ended up being pretty good. So let's get right into it. So 3 core, obviously, best card, no need to explain it. 3 hurts, obviously, for combo. 1 Aster. I don't play 2 because if you ever want to get to this, you have like core, emergency, repair. You have a lot of ways to get to this, and once you do get to it, you can get it back with hurts and stuff, and you can like core, bring out hurts to get rid of this to add back Naster. There's really cool combos with this card too, especially if you get your Infinity banished by like Crescendo or called by or something. You can like Gal put it back, use this to bring out Nova, and then Infinity has a negate on summon. 2 Cyber Dragon, not 3 because when you go first, this card's completely dead, and you only need 2 of it to be live for Machine Dupe. If you didn't, I'd probably only play 1 of it, just so that way Hertz can search something. And then 2 Soldier for combo. And then 3 Harp. So this card's really good because if you discard it off Mermaid, obviously, they're not going to stop like the Mermaid effect, and you're still going to end on like Gal. But if they don't have anything, then you end with a Gizmek Engrave if you discard this. And if you end with a Gizmek Engrave, then it's really hard to die. Like, they have to have Called by the Grave, plus be able to out the whole board. And then 2 Nightmare just to summon, and 1 Skeleton, not 2. And then Gizmek, prefer this card over Wand because it keeps you alive during their turn. 2 Ness, E, 2 Jack, 2 Snake, just the 6 good dangers. 3 Emergency, Rhoda, 1 Repair Plant for the combo. 3 Machine Dupe. I side this card out like every game. Even when I would go first sometimes, like game 3, if I was going first and there wasn't a lot of time left in the round, I wouldn't even put this in. I'd actually sometimes just choose to go second and nib them, but I used it like 3 times throughout the weekend, 2 or 3 times, and every time it was decent. It wasn't the best though. Upstart because 39. I know this deck is like OTK deck, like half the time, but your usual like OTK, I guess, is just like Ding Boral Sword. And then that's obviously not enough. That's only 86, but getting that extra 400 isn't hard. And Upstart's good because consistency. Monster Reborn. This card was insane. I reborn so many Lancias throughout the weekend, and then just used it on them because they were on Orcust. It was so good. And I top decked it a lot too, like to bring back my Infinity. Really good card. And then Foolish, obviously. 3 Called by because this card's insane. Stops hand traps. Game 2 and 3, they don't go for Crescendo anymore because they know that you're just going to contact fuse everything away. So they go for Babel Ding play, and then this can stop Ding. And then for the last spell, 1 Orchestrated Return. This card's good. There's a lot of plays you could do with this card actually, like a crazy amount of plays. I think like the coolest one I would do is like if my Danger would discard my core and I did the Orcust combo, I would use this to get rid of like my Gal or my Ding and then use core effects. And like I don't know, there's so many combos with this card. I'm not gonna lie. Really good card all over the weekend. You want to have, and then Crescendo. You want to have 2 Orcust spells and traps, and I didn't want to play 2 Crescendo because if you draw one, setting the other one doesn't really do anything. And if you like draw this, then you can like set this and use it instead of using your instead of using your ding for something else. I'll tell later on. And then one overflow. I don't like playing two of it. I think playing two of it's not good. Because why would you want to play two traps in a deck that you don't want to draw traps? Like, your deck's a combo deck that also has like interruptions built into it. That's why I liked Orcust a lot. Like Fog Blaze and stuff through the extra deck was cool. Salamagrate for combo, Boral Sword for game, Cerberus, Phoenix, Mermaid. Cerberus should have been cut for probably the second Mega Fleet, or maybe an Underclock, Taker, Talker. The link to that points down, that's a dark. I'm not sure what its name is. But that card's pretty good too. With Nova, you can do 4,200 damage over any monster. 2 Gale, don't need 3. 2's good. Long, yeah, those cards are like insane versus Pure Thunder, and like when you're cracking boards, this being able to put back like any machine makes it so that way you can put back like Cyber Dragon cores, so that way you can still have Orcust stuff banished if you don't want to put it back in the deck. 2 Ding, not 1. I'm also not playing more Naster, so I see Naster less. And this like comes up just more for me because there's a lot of time like in the grind games where you just want to like summon Ding, send their card, and then like just attack with Ding. And like that's all you can do. It does come up. 2 Ding came up a lot actually. Nova Infinity combo. And then 1 Chimera Tech. This card was it was honestly pretty good all weekend. Like I mean obviously like you're gonna play it, but like I'd probably say it's probably like the same. I'd probably say like these did the same like work. I wish this said Cyber Dragon Monster instead of just Cyber Dragon, but it doesn't, sadly. And then the Rampage for the nib, so that way if they nib you, you end on Infinity. And then 3 nib. This card isn't like just for combo. Like, I mean, like, okay, it is like just for combo, but like when time is coming, you can make them go first, and then their turns usually take a couple minutes, and if you drop a nib on them, next turn, you can usually kill them like within like a minute and a half. Like if you just like think about your plays like while they're doing theirs, and like you could rush through your plays pretty quickly and get the game done. And then also like it can keep you alive. Like you can pass turn with only like 2 minutes left and have nib to keep you alive from time. And then 3 Dark Ruler no more. This card wasn't that good all weekend. I didn't really play against like Pendulum or Pure Thunder. But like right before I went into the event, I knew that this was going to be the worst card in my side deck. Because I knew I wasn't going to play against that much Pure Thunder, which is why I played the Cyber Dragon build. 3 Twin. I do not like rogue decks, and I don't like Mystic Mine, and there can only be one. And I knew there was definitely going to be some striker players there that were going to do that. 3 Evenly. Blows out back row decks. I think every time I use this card, I won. And then 3 Summon Limit. They make you go first. This is good. If you choose to go first, like this is good. Like obviously against like combo, if you set up like Crescendo Infinity Summon Limit, there's like no out to that board. And then yeah, obviously it's really good when time comes by. You can just use it. And then that's it for the deck. But I'm gonna get on to what I played against. So round 1 I got to buy. I didn't play against anyone. Round 2, or like that is a no-show. Round 2 I played against Striker. Round 3 I won. Round 3 I played against Salad. I won. Round 4 I played against 60 card Orcust Thunder. I won. Round 5 I played against Striker. I won. Round 6 I played against Lunalight Orcust and I won. Round 7 I played against Pure Cyber Dragon and I won. Round 8 I played against Altergeist and I won. Game 1 against Altergeist, they opened up Infinity Multi-Faker. I'm just going to say that. And then round 9 I played against Control Orcust. I won. Round 10 I played against Control Orcust, and it was actually the same list as the guy round 9. They were buddies and we were playing the same list. And I lost to the guy round 10 playing Control Orcust because I messed up. I had game, but I misplayed. But it happens. But I still, and then that was it for Swiss, and I ended first after Swiss with only one loss, round 10. And then top 32, I played against Pure Thunder, and I beat him 2-1. I also reborned his Lancia for game 3. And then top 16, I played against Lunalight Orcust, and Lunalight Orcust is like a free matchup with this deck. People are like, oh, they just summon Dweller and do Orcust combo and you lose. Well, let me tell you what, this guy in top 16 ended with Babel, Crescendo, a Ding on board with Skeleton under it. He had Gal on board too, Evil Storm Nightmare, and Dweller. And he had the Tiger in the Scale, the Lunalight Tiger in the Scale. And like that's a pretty insane board. And then I beat him. I didn't even have to link summon that game actually. I summoned Cyber Dragon, Contact Fused and stuff, baited stuff out, and then when I went to go for my link play of the Nightmares, he already knew that he was out of resources because I didn't try to link until the next turn. But a lot of misplays happened that game too on his side. But he's still a cool guy. And then top 8 is when I lost. I played against Manju and I lost. Game 1 I made him go first since I knew a deck he was playing. And then so I OTK'd him in like a minute. And then game 2 he ended up beating me in the grind when he had 0 cards left in deck. It was kind of sad. I think I could have ended up winning that. And then game 3, I had him go first. He just summoned Snake and passed, and then he had like Phantasme for me and stuff, so I wasn't able to like kill him. And then he ended up winning when time got called. Like I went to go attack for game, and then he flipped the trap. I'm not sure what it's called, and then he discarded Snake, and since Snake summons itself, I was unable to go for game. And then it could have also been Super Poly, though, to bring out another Venom for game. But shout out to that guy for winning the event. And I'm going to do my shout outs, and then that's going to be all. Shout outs to Jed for letting me borrow Cyber Dragon as a translation, even though I ended up playing my English ones. Shout out to Zach for letting me borrow all of the Cyber Dragon stuff. Shout out to David for letting me borrow pretty much everything else except for like the dangers and stuff that John let me borrow. Shout out to John too. That's it for the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Boss of Famas signing out.